Welcome to the Healthy Morning right here on Hstv. We bring to you all the exclusivity. We bring to you all the information and everything that you need to know. As James always says today, I'm trying to use his word, but yes, today promises to be a very exciting morning right here on Hstv. We are here to inform and also educate you every morning. And today being the 19th of April 2024, it is a blessed morning right here. We are streaming live on our YouTube platform at Hstv Live GH. Well, to go there, like and comment, share to friends, share the link, make sure that somebody is actually tuned into Hstv right about now. So tell me, what is happening in our world today? This morning, I am not doing this show alone. I am doing this with the very own, our very own, yes, the man of the moment, the man that is always bringing the smiles, the vibe, everything right here on your screens. The ladies' man, we always call him, yes. James, you happy crazy?
What's up?
You're looking good. You're
Thank
looking
you so
good
much.
this morning.
Yeah, good morning going out to viewers. It's the weekend. These are my best days, you know, because we get the chance to go home, relax and all that. Yeah. But all in all, we're supposed to come your way and inspire the viewers, update them on happenings right here in Ghana and across, as we usually say. And most importantly, we have our social media platforms active. That's where we do all our live streaming. So we want you to go there and share the link, leave your comments in line with every conversation we would have on the show. So, you know, we woke up not hearing good news, talking about the new train that was brought from Poland involving in an accident during a test run. And I was asking myself, why this moment? By reading comments from social media, we have people saying that this was the best. It happened during a test run, and it didn't happen when the whole thing was operating, where we would have lost life. But we have the Ministry for Highways bringing a statement saying that no casualty involved, nobody got hurt, and we're thankful to God. But unfortunately, there's really a loss to the country, because looking at the money that was invested to make trains active, because we can throw it back then and talk about how effective trains were from Tema to you know, the Adugon Road passing through to Accra. It was one of the easiest way for transportation. But unfortunately, people were happy this thing was brought back, and now during the test run, looking at the stationary vehicle that had to cross it, I'm asking myself again, how can you park you know, a stationary vehicle on the railway? And I'm happy the person controlling, let me say, the train was able to, you know, catch up the brake, not causing more injuries and all that. I don't know what you think about it personally.
Yeah. Honestly, when I saw it, I was like a bit surprised. Not really surprised, but the fact that, you know, I was actually talking about our railway system right here in the country. Are they properly fixed? Are they properly in check before we put these trains on the railways to convey and transport people from one place to the other? We have to make sure that we check all these. So this is actually coming at the right time. I'm not saying that it's actually a good news, but at least we get to find our flaws, things that we need to do before we put these trains on the railways to transport people. So I think probably authorities will take certain things into consideration before moving the trains out there. So I guess this is actually a point or a moment to facilitate some better transport system right here in the country. But away from that, so there's this very trending issue for some time now. I think was it last month, a 16-year-old was betrothed to a chief priest, a Nongwa, that is Numo Gbobowolomo. Yes, and then after that, we had videos circulating on social media and everything, and then even the police had to come in and say that no, we had to take this lady and protect her. Yes, so some few days ago, the people of Nongwa actually picketed at a hotel demanding for their queen, and they were asking the police to release their queen so that she can come and serve her right. But today, the chieftaincy minister has announced that they are going to revise some customs and traditions in the country. So this is actually going to, you are going to see some custom that doesn't really align to certain things in the country. So speaking to the press, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, the Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, highlighted the necessity of updating customs to align with modern values. So he underscored the need for adapting traditions in light of advancement in democracy, legal frameworks, education and societal evaluation. So I think this is actually a right thing to do. Yeah, because even though it is a tradition that as young as she is supposed to be given to the chief, and all of that, I feel this is something that was really, you know, because some people don't really understand some tradition, you understand. So probably people might criticize other traditions. But what do you think about this very issue?
For me personally, I like the fact that we have the minister designate for gender, pardon me, Madam Newman, also coming in to ensure that structures have been put in well. Because let's talk about education, let's talk about the well-being of that individual, let's talk about let me say her health. You know, it's very important. I saw the story back then as somewhere latter part of last month, where videos were circulating, and I don't know what they were thinking, that Ghanaians were going to be wowed by, you know, this move. And I like the fact that the government stood, talking about protection of children and gender. I like the fact that all these people came hand in hand to ensure that the safety of the child was prioritized. And looking at these people, I don't know what goes into those traditions. I don't want to talk about, I don't want to talk down any traditional practice. We know these things have been there, but we find ourselves in a modern world where things are changing. Education is very important. The life and health of these young ones also come to play. And if you expose this young girl to such tradition at this age, what do you expect her to do? Because I'm very sure she's never going to step foot in the classroom because of traditional practice, and I think she's supposed to do. You can't tell me that this girl was, you know, they are saying it's tradition, the man is not going to marry her. But definitely, let's talk about bedtime. I don't know, I'm not talking down on anybody, but he can sneak into the room, you know agenda. which will be quite disturbing. So I like
do you think it's possible?
It is. I've heard some before. So anything is possible when it comes to this traditional practice. You're going to tell me you're not going to marry her, but at the long run, she'll grow and get to a certain age where she's ready to get married, and they'll tell her, oh, she's married to this person. You know, you're shutting the dream of this young woman. So I like the fact that the government has come on board to revisit these traditional practices, and I know this is going to be a warning to other religion and other people practicing this whole thing. Don't know how to go about it. Let's take into consideration the age range of these young people. We put them in position. There was a video that circulated on social media to someone in the Ashanti region. There was a young girl who was you know, and stood as a queen mother, and she lost her life during childbirth. You know, she was going to give birth, and unfortunately we lost this young girl. Was she ready to be pregnant? You know, that's the big question, because I know there are complications surrounding all these things. So please and please again, to our traditional leaders, we plead, let's take into consideration the future of these young ones, the age range most importantly, because they get pregnant, going on labor, and unfortunately we lose their lives, and even the child they are going to give birth to. So please, let's be very smart about this whole thing. And I believe this is going to be a warning to other traditions, as I stated earlier.
Great. So we all know, still on that very issue, we all know that she was taken into custody for a while for protection and everything. So following a directive by the Attorney General, she has been released, finally been released to her parents, and after a psychological and medical evaluation to confirm that she was not pregnant, because it was alleged that because she was pregnant, that was why the EWURAMA had to, you know, marry. A whole lot of issue came about and everything. So that was even one of the reasons why police had to take her up and also to protect her. So after their psychological, medical evaluation and all of that, she had to stay for a while. But finally, she was released yesterday to her parents, and by the directive of the Attorney General, and then also the Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, our very own Dakwa Newman, as she announced the development at a press conference conference yesterday afternoon. So this is actually a very good news, as you were saying, that one way or the other, she does not find herself in a situation where it would affect her destiny, it would affect her future, it would affect her, health,
everything.
yes, her education, everything is at stake. So right now, we hope and pray that the family will also put into place measures that could help, curb the situation. And then the lady or the young lady, because I'm sure she will be traumatized by the whole development and everything going about. So our very sincere wishes to the family, and also we pray that everything is settled.
Resolved. Yeah. So what are we talking about today on health?
Great. So we have some awesome interviews today. Today we are talking about health, we are talking about nutrition for children under 5 years, and also we have the Kriya Teria coming today to speak to us about the nutrition for children. Sometimes we I think young mothers or first-time mothers find it difficult to balance certain diets for their children. Sometimes you see some individuals or some mothers giving their children heavy meals, as early as 1-2 years, because they say, oh, my kid loves this very meal. But then are those meals the right meals for your child? Is that age appropriate for that child and everything? So we have to make sure that we consider that, because it can also play a factor in the well-being of the child, the mental and also the health-wise of that child, and it has so many complications.
Nice.
The right choice of food and the right choice of activities that is better for the child under 5 years. So when you attain 5, there are other nutrition too that you can also look out for right there for your children. So we have a whole lot of things coming up today. Yes,
and still staying in health. We're going to have a conversation with Master Ku. He's a Tai Chi expert. I think he's been here in the previous weeks, and today we have another interesting demonstration for you, and also talking about your lifestyle. Things you need to do before you get day started. So we'll have a conversation with Master Ku. He's a Tai Chi expert, and also we're going to have Pastor Isaac Opoku right in the studios with us. My mom pie is a very nice prayer line structured here in Hstv, right? Where we think it's high time we need to draw close to God, because most of the time we wake up, we don't get to pray. Because of our busy schedules. But I know we move online today. We have a lot of churches and other organizations, doing prayers just to get people involved. And I think it has really changed in time, because the youth we find ourselves now, we go on social media, we get activities done there, and we see all these prayer links. We get to join just to strengthen our spiritual life. So my Empire, which was launched, I think, last week Friday, and finally it gets to start today on Hstv. So we need to shaping and put our prayer life very well, because we find ourselves in very bad times. We all complain about situation here and there, but coming in from Pastor Isaac Opoku, he's brought something interesting, something very refreshing that we all need to get ourselves engaged in. So he'll join us in the studios. Let's have a conversation. Let's look at the program outline, how it's going to be, the time is going to start, and how we need to get ourselves involved with him to strengthen our spiritual life.
I think last week we had Apostle Omoakwata right here in the studio, to officially launch the Maya Bompire program, which Brian, Pastor Isaac Opoku, highlighted that he'll be having it, or this show is every Friday from 12 to 3 a.m. So I'm sure that this is actually, I'm so happy about this initiative, because one way or the other, the hours, and not just prayers, but there will be ministrations, and also there will be a form of preaching here and there, and also, so I believe this is something that could shape in our spiritual lives. Yes, one way or the other. Sometimes we are not able to study some, should I say, online prayers that some people do and everything, because of at some time you come back and then you are tired, you are stressed. But one way or the other, when you are even asleep, and then from 12 and then you wake up at 1, you can still join in. So today promises to be very exciting, because we'll get to find out, and it's not only English. right?
Yeah, the language too is very
Yes,
important.
yes, yes. So,
Okay, so it's going to happen as Sarah has stated, and a lot coming. We'll have Precious Zoom also coming away with happenings in the world of sports. We'll have Matters Arising, we'll have our health segment, and talking about the health lifestyle too. We'll have a conversation with Master Cool. So let's go for a 10. When we come back, we do Matters Arising.